Hello everybody, welcome back to another reading. Today we're going to take a look at the case of Christina Calayca. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. She went missing in August 2007. She was out in a park called Rainbow Falls in Canada with a couple of her friends. They went hiking, and one morning she went jogging along with another friend called Eddie, but Eddie wanted to go down the highway rather than through the park itself, and Christina wanted to follow the trails. And that was the last time that anybody saw anything of Christina. All sorts of theories obviously are out there, as is with every case that we do here, but today we're going to see if the tarot has anything to say about that. We're going to start off with the Crow Tarot deck, which is this one. I've shown it many times, but just in case you're new, this is the Crow Tarot deck, and we're going to ask follow-up questions of the Angel deck, which is this one right here. So as per usual, I'm an intuitive reader. I'm going to start shuffling the cards, and whatever cards come falling out and whatever those say to me, I'll tell you. If you see something else in the cards, make sure to put that in the comment section below. You can always get some extra info out of that, or perhaps start a discussion. Without much further ado, let's just get started. Okay, we've got a nice spread of cards here. It barely fits on the screen, but we'll make do. In any case, we start off here in the bottom with the Fool and the Emperor in reverse. Now when the Fool came out, because that was the first card that fell out, it kind of gave me the impression that somebody was being too trusting, and I feel that somebody was Christina. We have the Emperor in reverse here. Perhaps she was too trusting in somebody that she encountered who appeared to be trustworthy. And next to that we see the Five of Swords, which I count as a verbal altercation. So they had words with somebody, and that was perhaps an argument that led to some harsh actions, because after that we see the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Wands in reverse. So that seems to me like they had a fight with someone who I don't know, it doesn't say. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will immediately think of Eddie, but it could have been anybody on that trail if he is truthful and he went jogging along the Highway 17 like he said, and she went jogging along the trails. She could have run into anybody because lots of people are, of course, in that park. Anyway, so whoever that was, I believe, really felt very strongly about these things, the altercation, and eventually took the wrong action or a hasty action. Now, after that, we see Judgment on the next line. Let me just grab that one real quick as well. So I feel like whatever happened, they immediately judged themselves over it, because I think this action right here will have something clearly to do with her disappearance and no longer being able to be found, and I believe they judged themselves harshly over that. Followed by Temperance and the Ace of Pentacles. There we go, Temperance. Ace of Pentacles in reverse as well. So they probably judged themselves harshly over it, and they decided to weigh their options. Temperance normally like creating a balance for themselves, but I feel like with the reverse Ace of Pentacles, that to me comes across as, okay, now how do I continue, because this could turn out very badly for me. I need to really weigh my options, need to figure out exactly what I'm going to do next in order to get out of this some way. We also see here the Eight of Swords, which is trapped in your mind, and we see the reverse Two of Cups. So that is almost like a broken relationship as well. I think that they are very much stuck in their mind, stuck in that moment. They've trapped themselves there mentally. They're having a hard time letting go of that. So this definitely looks like remorse, or at the very least they're stuck in that time, the period where that happened. And the Two of Cups here actually kind of made me think that perhaps they thought that they could have some type of future with Christina. Maybe they were very charmed by her appearance, and they had initially tried to connect with her to try and like get her number or something along those lines, but that didn't work out, and that is part of the reason, like maybe he's feeling over here like, if only I'd kept my mouth shut, things would have been fine. We see here the Seven of Wands and the Five of Wands next to each other, and this comes to across to me as people coming for whoever this is. At least I feel like this is more of a people jokingly, which the Five of Wands is kind of pointing towards, jokingly saying, oh, you didn't kill that girl, did you? Ha ha ha. But meanwhile, he's really feeling like people are coming after him, which I think also helps contribute to the Eight of Swords energy from before. So I feel like they're very much stuck in their mind about the whole thing. So I don't think this was premeditated. It doesn't look like that. It's more like something that happened that they didn't want to happen. Ultimately, I mean, they had a certain plan because they did have the Emperor reversed over here, but that didn't go well, and I think the result was not what they had in mind. It's not something that they wanted, but they have a tendency to act out rashly, particularly because they probably felt attacked in their emotions with this Knight of Cups right here. So that's what we're seeing with the Crow Tarot so far. We're gonna grab the Angel Tarot. Let's see if we can get any more information. For instance, will she be found? Because I don't believe she's been found yet. I looked into the case real quick just to get some basic information. I didn't see anything about their body having been discovered. It's been, what has it been, like 14 years now? Almost 14 years in August. So I don't know if there's anything new. The most recent video that I saw was from 2019, I think. Maybe 2020, but in any case, I didn't see any video titles that suggested that her body had been found, so we're just going to see if we can find anything about that. Will she be found? Is there anything else that we need to know? Oh. We got here the world, but it was about to come up upside down, so this to me is just hidden from the world. People are still looking, but nothing as so far. And it might remain that way for some time, because you can kind of see that this person is... Oh, this one wanted to flip over, so we're grabbing that one next. This is Queen of Cups in reverse. I get the feeling that this is the mother who's still worried about them finding the remains. But yeah, I wanted to go back to this one real quick, because you can see here that there's like a person with a child surrounded by a bunch of people, and even though they are lit up, it comes across to me as being hidden away all the same, because they're surrounded first of all, and around them is nothing but darkness aside from a few animal heads, which are common on the world card, obviously. But I feel like they're still kind of in a little bit of cocoon type thing, and they're gonna be hidden for some time yet. This looks like Mom is very worried, and it's interesting that you see, this is actually a very interesting card for this situation, because if I turn it up right, you can see it a little better. There's this woman sitting there, and she doesn't look super happy. At least to me, she doesn't look super happy. Let me check that again. No, she looks kind of neutral, but as you can see in the background, there's this angel right behind her, and I see that as, even though Mom is super worried because the card is in reverse, her daughter is definitely around her, so it's not like she's completely lost, and perhaps also trying to support her from the other side. Let's see what else we can find. Will she be found? Her remains. What do we got? We have a reversed Knave of Wands, and I kind of feel like this is perhaps time and energy and effort ill spent. Like the Page of Wands is often very enthusiastic, runs off and does all sorts of things, and maybe that wasn't the right thing to do, and this feels to me like the people searching for the body in the park, like maybe they're in a completely wrong location. A moment ago I got something like, oh, it's not even there, there's nothing to find there, maybe it's somewhere else. In any case, it's like they're looking, they're doing stuff, but it's not going to help. It's not the right thing to do. Also, I feel like, of course, it's been, what did I say, 14 years. There probably aren't too many people still looking, but in the time that there were crews out there, they weren't doing the right thing. According to their profession, obviously were, because I believe they're all professional search and rescue people, but it probably was for not well-intentioned, but it wasn't going to produce any results. And the person on the card is also holding a really long list here. Like, oh, they've done so much things, they've spent so much time trying to find her and help out in this situation, and unfortunately it wasn't to be. So maybe that's also like if they continue to look there, then they're not going to find anything. And the next card that I've got here is the reversed Nine of Pentacles just came out, and this seems like a personal investment that is ill spent as well. So I don't know who is still spending money on searching that area. According to the tarot anyway, it's not going to help too much. And the person on the card is also sitting there like sighing. They're just kind of like hopeless and despair is what this card is kind of showing. And the money's just floating above their head. They don't really look super happy. Normally a Nine of Pentacles card, let me turn it up right for you for a second, is somebody who is very content and wealthy in their own way. But this angel just appears to be down in the dumps, and the dog as well. It's just a very depressing looking image. The only thing interesting here is the pentacles, which are almost like an oppressing type of energy rather than helping finance things. So this Nine of Pentacles is not a great sign, and it does look like they have been spending their money in ways that were not helpful. Once again, well-intentioned, but not really helping. I got two more cards here. This is the Page of Pentacles, all right, and we have Knight of Cups is back, all right. So there's definitely somebody who is spending their money on this, and they are very much involved in this. So perhaps this whole message over here with the Page of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles is aimed at them. If you're still willing to put energy and effort into this, maybe you want to try and change your tactic. Definitely don't give up, obviously, but more like the things you've been doing so far haven't paid off. Perhaps it's time for something else. Okay, I'm going back to my other deck here. See if we can get anything else that we haven't spoken of so far. Next card is the Chariot. Okay, so there's definitely some activity still going on. I feel like this does mean that we're not done with this case yet. Don't know exactly when we're going to see some development, but the Chariot does show that there is movement. Things are happening that may eventually end up revealing her. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, right, here we go. So first we have the movement, and then the wheel is here because the wheel is going to start turning at some point, and then we're going to see more about this. This is probably going to be one of those cases that looks like it's never going to get solved, and then suddenly somebody stumbles across something. And look what we found here. This is the girl that was missing all these years ago, and now we could finally put her to rest and also figure out what exactly happened. See if we can get anything else. Oh. Alright, so this is the Darkest Before the Dawn card. And I'm about to put it over here by the Queen of Cups, so I feel like this is more of a hang in there, it's going to be okay type of thing. And since we do have the angel over her shoulders, I think that's more of a, you know, eventually everything's going to be fine card rather than a couple of minutes from now everything's going to be great. You know, eventually they'll probably be reunited in the afterlife, and I think that's kind of what this card is pointing towards for the mother. Let's see, I'm going to take one more card on the person who, let's say, saw her last. I don't want to accuse anybody, but let's see how they're doing, because we have them underneath all this, feeling very trapped. Let's see what we can find about them. Are they going to get caught at some point? Oh, we got two Pentacles cards here. Again, Nine of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. Okay. So Six of Pentacles is normally like a charity card, and Nine of Pentacles, I just said earlier as well, it's like an independent wealth type thing. This looks to me like the continuation for the person who was involved is more loss of, in this case, resources as well. And personal finances, also just feeling comfortable within themselves, that they're comfortably well off. At least they're not quite as resourceful as they could have been. So I feel like they're only going to go further down that downward spiral. And perhaps even something just came to mind, like perhaps even figuring out what happened will release them somehow. I feel like there's this energy of You know, I've been carrying this secret for so long. Oh, I got another card. There we go. And it's going to either kill me or they're going to figure out that it was me. And then even though that would be terrible, I still feel like that would be a better alternative than carrying this with me for the entire duration of my life. The magician just fell out right here, and that one's going to be put over there, which I feel is whoever's still working on this. So I feel like this person, even though they may have currently been spending their energy and time on things that aren't working out, they are resourceful enough to come up with something that will work eventually. So we're putting that right there. Okay, interesting so far. So it looks like somebody tried to talk to them, charm them, try to have a conversation, maybe try to suggest certain relationships maybe, and that didn't go down very well, which ended up in harsh actions, rash actions, and a lot of regrets, a lot of pain, a lot of loss. And on the other hand, it looks like there are going to be some changes, and we're going to see more developments in this case, although we can't quite tell at what time that's going to happen. But the tarot at least wants to say that that is going to happen, and we're going to eventually find out more and perhaps even close the case. Either way, I hope you found that interesting. Be sure to let me know in the comment section below. I want to thank you for watching. If you want to like the video, that'd be awesome. That really helps the channel. In any case, bye bye for now.